Hey, Year 7, this is your Knowledge Organizer video, and we're going to look specifically at the topic of diversity for this little part of the year. So we're going to dive in and define diversity first of all. What is diversity? Well, in the Oxford Dictionary, it is defined as the state of being diverse, a variety. And if we just unpick that and think about that, we are very diverse as a human population. People have different backgrounds, different cultures, different religious beliefs. And people have different skin colors, different skin tones, and different ways of being in the world. So diversity is about celebrating all of the diverse nature that we as humans have. And in sport, it's really just an amazing place to showcase all the variety. And no better place to showcase variety than the Olympics. And we'll speak about that in just a moment. A more detailed definition, the kind of extending, if you like, definition, is the practice or quality of including or involving people from a range of different social, ethnic backgrounds and of different genders and sexual orientations, etc. So that's quite a big, bulky definition, and it kind of talks about social issues, so society as a whole, ethnic issues through sort of religious beliefs and ethnicity and culture and the backgrounds of people and where they come from. But also it talks about different genders, and we live in an age where gender is constantly in the news in terms of how people identify within those gender norms, sexual orientations, and also you would have heard some press coverage around the BAME, B-A-M-E, and things around Black Lives Matter and why athletes are taking the knee to try and make a statement about racial diversity in sport. So lots and lots to talk about in this unit. To give it a little bit of structure, let's start by talking about the Olympics. Now, first and foremost, the Olympics, you've probably seen the 5 symbols of the rings, and we'll talk about this in the P lesson. Each one of those 5 rings represents a participating continent of the time. Now, obviously, continents geographically have shifted, not so much in their actual location, but the names of those continents. So at the time of when Baron invented these Olympic rings, it was about inclusiveness and diversity to represent how diverse the world was and how all the athletes could come together in one place at the Olympic Games and really celebrate their countries and their backgrounds and their differences. So Africa, Asia, America, Europe, and Oceania were the original ones. And this design is symbolic. Symbolic means that it's a symbol. It's something that's imprinted in our imaginations and our minds. And it represents the diverse continents of the world. And that's united under this thing called Olympianism. So to be an Olympian is quite important. So in your knowledge organizer, you're going to need to understand these key 10 words. And you'll be talked about this by your teachers in lessons. So Olympic ideals, diversity, excellence, friendship, cultural capital, respect, sustainable development, growth mindset, and social capital. So we'll unpick those in the lessons. But now we're just going to play a very short video that explains and shows diversity in sport.
I brought her to swimming to be safe around water and to go on holiday and be safe. Someone introduced her to competitive swimming and it's progressed.
It definitely does boost your confidence when you swim and then finish the race and look around.
It's great to see her face when she gets on really well. It's great to see the amount of friends she's made. Swimming sort of allowing her to be herself. There's that bit, I know I'm disabled, but I'm going to prove you all that I can do this. I run her everywhere, I take her everywhere, every single night virtually out of the house. It's very, very time consuming. It's an absolute pleasure to do it. The funding that she's been given, it's just a great relief. She can get everything she needs without you having to think, can I afford this, can I do it?
It gives us support so he can come to competitions with me.
She now goes around a couple of the GB camps. She's going to see the higher level of coaching up there.
It is different coaching somebody with a disability. You quickly forget about that. Just think about the person, what they can do. If Ellie can be independent, she will be. Hoping that she can go all the way to the Paralympics.
There's a lot of kids that she inspires and a lot of kids that absolutely love her.
It inspires them to get to see me swim.
And what she does can make a lot of other meningitis sufferers quite proud.
So that's the end of the video on diversity. I hope you took something from that. We're going to be talking about this in lessons for this next week, 2, 3, and 4. And this is your knowledge organizer. So thank you, Year 7.